Well, a lot of people say that I'm crazy, so I'm here to prove them right. What I'm going to do, I have that apple, I have that piece of metal. It is a screw, and I have that copper plate. What I'm going to do, I am going to basically cut that and insert it inside of the apple and put that right here like in the middle and see if I can produce any type of DC electricity. Uh, I will see. I'll come back. Well, I finished cutting uh, that piece of copper plate, and what I'm going to do, the way that I see the batteries are built, I'm going to basically turn that, make a cylinder type of shape with it and let the middle empty. I don't know what's wrong with that phone. It just cut off. Yeah, so I'm going to make that thing large enough so when I put this in there, it doesn't meet. It doesn't meet. So it's going to be inside, and put that inside of it. So I have to make it a bit large. I think this is perfect. The way that it is right now. So insert it inside of the apple. I know it is going to be a problem, but it is going to be a problem. I think I have to cut it. I need a knife. There you go. I'm going to basically cut around it. Hopefully I can get the same size as the cylinder that I cut. So I'm going to make it straight. Like really, I don't know, it looks bigger, but if it is bigger, I probably am going to make the cylinder larger then, so it's no problem. It doesn't have to be exactly the size. So I must cut my finger. I think that should be enough right here. And like I said, I believe that I'm going to make the cylinder a bit bigger because it's not going to fit in there. Maybe I would have to remove that thing. I mean, totally remove it, or maybe not. It is going in there. It's not easy, but it is happening slowly but surely. Yep. I think I have to do that. Make it round again and push it. Yeah, it seems like it is working. The problem would be, will it produce electricity? I have no idea. So that's the first one, and see, it's inside of it. Now I'm going to basically drill a hole here too. I think that scissor is going to be able to do it. People always try to kill me because whatever that I find in the house, knife, whatever that I can use to build anything, I use it. So I think this is going to be the positive one. I'll put that in there. It goes all the way. So now I will try to take my multimeter and create the cylinder shape, and I put that copper plate inside of it, and that's a screw that I put right here. And this is the moment of truth. Like I said before, let's see if it is going to produce any electricity. Here's my multimeter. All right, here's some DC volt. So here it is. Here's the moment of truth. Let's see if we can create our DC power somehow alone without buying it somewhere, if we're doing like any project. So here it is. This is the positive, and that copper wire, actually, before I can do that, that copper wire should have being able to go all the way down in the bottom so I can use it, not copper wire but copper plate. Why I keep saying copper wire? To go all the way down so I could use it as a negative, but since it's not all the way in the back, so I can use it as a negative, because I believe that copper plate is going to be the negative of this battery made of apple. So I can take the positive, I mean the negative from the top. As you can see, there is a piece of metal right here. This is the copper plate. That's my negative, and this is my positive. So let's see what is going to happen. So I take the negative, I put it right here, the copper wire. Let's see, and I believe that was wrong. I believe this is the positive, is going to be the copper wire in this, the copper plate in this situation. There we go. Now I have 1.7 volt. 1 point, it's kind of fluctuating, but because of my hand keep moving. So but it 1.7 volts that I get from that apple, some copper plates around it. And what I just realized is what I thought was going to be positive is negative. The middle is negative. That piece of metal, which is a screw that goes all the way down, this is what is basically negative of it. Positive, I find it around that copper plate. This is where my positive is. I thought it was going to be negative, but anyway, this is my positive and that's my negative. And there you go, there you go. I got 1.7 volts out of this apple and a copper plate that I put inside of it. So yes, I believe there are a lot of things that can be done so you can create energy by yourself, but it's a lot of work, technical work. You know, with this, I think I have an idea. I'm going to try to take old apples that they are throwing away, they don't need. I will try to smash them together and use some really long copper wires and long pieces of metal to see if I can really have like really a large battery that has a lot of power. Maybe one cell battery that can be 24 volts and more amps going on. I don't know how I'm going to manage for the amps. I think the amps is going to be I don't know, the juice from the apple and how it is. I think the acidity of the apple has something to do with it too. So here it is. I will see if you can work with water too. You never know. You never know. Put that, you know, that copper plate inside of a cylinder. You put water in it and you put some stuff. Maybe it will work too, because the water has an acidity, the pH level that is in it. Maybe that acidity of it is going to help produce electricity. I think rainwater will be able to produce electricity if you put it like in certain things, because of the pH level, the acidity of the water. So here it is. I talked too much stuff. Here is my 1.7 volt battery that is made of an apple, copper plate that I put in there in the cylinder shape, and a piece of metal. Before I can go, let me test it again for people can see. It's gonna give me all the time 1.7 volt. There you go. And it's 1.7. This is upside down, I'm sorry. It's the camera, it's a cell phone, but it's 1.7. Let me look. Yeah, it's 1.7 volt. Let me turn around for myself. Yeah, it's 1.7 volt that I get out of this. So yeah, you can do your own experiment. Maybe Yeah, something great is gonna come out of it because it's basically it's if your brain can work and you can make this work too, you just get into it. Maybe you can come with the next sustainable battery that would be able to help people who are using solar panels or windmills to generate their own electricity. And as I realize lately how much money people are paying for electricity. So if you can find a way to be sustainable, by any means, you just try it, and maybe it's going to work for you. You save a couple of $100 or euro. So thank you very much. I was thinking about it and I did it, and it works.